Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday. So, I don't have a lot of time today, but I wanted to film something for you guys. And in this audio, I'm just gonna be answering some questions that I get a lot. And those questions have already been answered, but I'm aware that there's so many audios, nobody will listen to all of them. So the first question, no, before I start, I just wanna say I'm really happy that a lot of you have been having movement. I'm also extremely happy that my former clients, some of them, are sending me photos with their loved ones, with their exes or their new loves that I did spell work for. Guys, it means a lot to see you together with them and to see you so happy. So I appreciate it. Of course, this is not something that anyone needs to do, by the way. But it's so nice that you feel such a bond with me, and I love it. Anyways, let's get into today's topic. So the first question that I'm gonna answer is something that I do get asked a lot, and I do answer it a lot as well. But just to clarify, when people ask me, is my situation hard and what is a hard situation? So, first of all, if you're seeking magic, your situation is hard. Because if your situation was not hard, if it was easy or medium hard, I guess, you wouldn't need magic for it. You could just do it yourself. You could just do it through talking and some other actions, and that would be that, right? So yes, if you are here and you are having consultations with me, obviously your situation is hard. But what do I mean when I tell people, oh, your situation is quite hard? It's gonna take some time and it's gonna probably take multiple spells if it's gonna work, of course. So, what do I mean when I say that? So, if everybody's situation is hard when you reach out to me, and yes, I only deal with hard situations as a witch, obviously. What do I mean when I tell this to some people? So, what I consider a hard situation in terms of harder, because it already is hard, right? So there are a few things that make your situation harder, and those would be if there's a third person involved. So third person, any situation with a third person makes it harder, obviously. If you are in no contact or blocked, even, especially if you're blocked, but also no contact, it's harder. If there's been a while since the breakup and you haven't been in contact, especially if it's been years, then it's like extra hard, right? Then what else? Let's see. If you've done some of the mistakes I talk about, and by this I don't mean so much about begging and being needy, as much as some bigger mistakes. Like for example, if you have been how do I put this? Mean, nasty, uh, call them names and tell them all sorts of stuff. Also, if maybe you have exposed them in some way to their family or friends, those are really hard situations then. Um, Also, if you have maybe lied about being ill or being pregnant, yeah, people do that. That makes it hard as well. Um, Basically, I would watch the video about biggest mistakes and just type in mistakes in the search bar, and there's all sorts of audios on this about big mistakes you can do after the breakup. So that will make your situation extra hard as well. Uh, you guys often ask me about situationships, if that's extra hard. It doesn't have to be, it will depend on the target and on multiple stuff, but not necessarily. I wouldn't put it necessarily in this compartment. Then if you are long distance, also not necessarily. could be depending on the rest of the situation, but just long distance by itself doesn't have to be extra hard. Um, so yeah, I guess those would be the hardest things. I hope I have mentioned everything. Okay, so another topic that I haven't really talked about because it's not such a common question I get, I guess, and I usually just concentrate on the topics that we are having at the moment, but this has come up, so I'm going to answer it, and it's about what to do if you have been cheated on. Yeah, it's really this is really a sensitive question because if you get cheated on, your vibration will automatically go down and you're going to be triggered a lot, and it's such a bad situation. And number one, I'm sorry it happened to you, to any of you. I guess it happened to most of us sometime in our lives, and we kind of know how much it hurts. I have a couple of advices here. First of all, if you have some if you have some issues like from your childhood, and if you don't feel safe and secure, if you have some insecurities, you will get triggered and you will kind of start having a lower self-esteem. You will start thinking less of yourself. Your self-worth will go down, and you're just not gonna feel unworthy because this happened to you. You're gonna think you're not good enough. You're gonna think you're not chosen. Everybody is better than you. All sorts of stuff, and you're gonna feel really hurt and be in victim mentality. um, if you are safe and secure, you're still not gonna be, oh, whatever, because this is a serious thing. But you're just gonna handle it a lot better because you're gonna know it's gonna hurt because it happened to you. Don't get me wrong. You're gonna feel betrayed by a person and hurt and all of that. But your self-worth will not suffer because you're gonna be aware that this is not about you. This is about the person that did it. So you didn't do anything wrong. You are enough. You are good enough. It doesn't mean that you are not worthy. This is something that can happen to anybody. It has nothing to do with you. So this is important to remember. You're still worthy, and you can still be chosen. This is not about you. It's very important to be aware of that. Another thing that I would recommend is not closing yourself off, because a lot of people after this happens will develop a big trauma, and then in their future relationships they're gonna be very anxious. They're gonna be very needy, and they're gonna be afraid this is gonna happen again, and they're gonna accuse their partner, and kind of there's not gonna be trust in the relationship. And this is so wrong because you have to remember that every single person is different. And if somebody did something to you, it doesn't mean that others will as well. Absolutely not. There are good people in the world and you can find them. Okay. So if you're gonna be acting, you know, like that with a new person in a way that you are not gonna trust them, you're gonna accuse them, you're gonna be like very controlling and stuff, that person will leave. If they're safe and secure, they're gonna leave after a little bit of that, for sure. And then you might lose somebody that was really great and wonderful just because you were insecure because of your past trauma. Do not allow that to happen. Always make sure you heal yourself, you cure yourself, you get into that safe and secure place again. Okay. Now, some people do ask if cheaters can change. As we know in the media, it's usually portrayed in a way, once a cheater, always a cheater. I do not agree with that. It's not true. Of course, it can be true, so it's going to depend on a person. But basically, people can change and people do change all the time. So, yeah, somebody might have cheated on you, or you maybe have cheated on somebody as well, and then you realized it was a huge mistake, it was horrible, you don't ever want to do it again, you feel really bad about it, you feel guilty, you feel sorry. It doesn't have to be a pattern that somebody keeps doing and doesn't have any, remorse about it. And it can be. So it's gonna depend. It's hard to, like, in general give advice on that. But yeah, some people are just multiple cheaters, and some people, just make a mistake. And we all make mistakes. So I do think that sometimes in some situations and with some people, you can forgive cheating or get forgiven for cheating as well, if it's the other way around. Not always, though, like I said, it depends. So that is the honest truth about it. Once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't think that is fair. I think it's again just generalizing. Like, a lot of this advice you find online are very generalized, and people are way more complex than that. So I want you to always remember that. Okay, but the most important thing to remember is that you are worthy, and this is not about you if it happened to you. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end it here because I have no more time today. But I hope you're doing well. I hope you are, enjoying your week, focusing on yourself, having some beautiful things happen to you, and we're gonna talk again soon. Bye.